Hi, my name is Dr. Seema Sidhu. I'm the Director of Learning and Development for the Anaheim Union High School District. I am over state and federal programs for the district. Prior to that, I was a high school principal, assistant principal, and high school English teacher. So I really think that as an educator, we need to be critical of the tools that are out there. I myself am not a huge user of all of the tools. I'm more of a critical interrogator of these tools. So, for example, I think that, on a daily basis, we can absolutely use Gemini or chat in part of the work that we do. But we really need to talk to our students about what is the purpose, what is the end game, what is the end result that we're looking for. Is it to help us with our time, efficiency, maximizing the work that we do? Is it to make improvements in our daily lives, in our personal lives? Really quick example of that, I've used Google Gemini or chat myself to prepare for a job interview or to really polish my resume. And so I see that as sort of a critical use, a thought partner, if you will, which I think is really important in terms of helping our students in the future. I think AI is going to be a thought partner for them. And so when we look at these tools, we really need to decide which tools support that work in terms of the critical thinking, prompt engineering, like we've heard about already, but also what is the whole purpose behind it? What is a student getting out of using these types of tools, and how is it helping support the work that we're trying to do, whether it's in critical thinking, communication, or collaboration? And I really think that these AI tools and AI in general is really a catalyst to have deeper conversations about environmental impacts and to expand on that. I feel like when we talk about AI, it does end up becoming this shiny, this new word or a shiny tool that we are kind of throwing around, experimenting with, or playing with. But what are the environmental impacts? And students are really engaged with that. Even when I walk into our AI classes, computer science, for example, and students are coding, or they're creating an app. What is the purpose of that? So I have students that have worked on, helping people simplify the work that they're doing on a daily basis, whether that's in their personal life, helping them with health and fitness, for example. That has been pretty big. But also just more, I would say, around career exploration. I've seen that. I think in general, when we talk about AI in the classroom, the really rich discussions that come after that are what is really important. So just a quick example of using Padlet, for example, and or using Dolly in terms of those visual representations that AI can now create, right? So with imaging that are engaging to students, but it's the discussion that comes afterwards. So was the prompt that you inputted into chat or Gemini or any AI tool, did it provide you with the output that you wanted? And then how do you go back and converse with this AI tool to get the output that you want? And I think that in itself is a skill that students may need in the future. As a teacher, there is so much that we have to think about in terms of our students' well-being, in terms of what our students know, what knowledge, skills, and experiences are they coming into the classroom with? And then how can I support my students with the education, the knowledge, and the skills that they need, not only now, but in the future? Regardless of the class, if I'm a social science teacher, I can talk about the history of the technology and AI. I can talk about this industrial revolution, the technological revolution, and then how that's impacting our world on a global scale. Going back to science, I can easily talk about the environmental impact. So as a teacher, though, I really have to do the research. I have to come in with the knowledge and even play around myself with what does my lesson look like? And then what is the objective and the purpose that I'm trying to reach? And then also in terms of, whether you're in California or a different state, you have to align it with the California state standards, right? And what are the expectations and the end results I want my students to come out with? I really hope that we empower our students to think about these tools in a critical way and how they are helping our society and even the world, but also what are the challenges, what are the risks, and how do we combat that? How do we engage in civil discourse with policymakers, with government officials, so that we are protecting ourselves and protecting each other from some of the risks associated with AI and technology. I also really hope that we can talk about how AI and technology in general can support communities, especially people in need, and our students, so that it helps us, whether that's in our personal life or professionally. How is it helping support us? I think it's really important to have conversations around the responsible use. And I always refer to K4 Foundation. They have been a crucial part of computer science education and also social justice in technology. So I really would love to see that expand across the country and even globally and have larger conversations around that.